What's going on, y'all? We are at Sea to Swamp today, and I'm going to address a question that I get on almost any of my flounder fishing videos, and that is, what setup do I use while I'm out there catching flounder? All right, so when it comes to flounder fishing, there really is nothing more important than the rod that we're using. And there's a couple of things. One, you want a really light but also sensitive rod. The rod that I use is a Chubby Rods 7.2 medium fast. I like staying in that 7-foot range. That gives me good castability, but it also allows me a lot of accuracy when I'm casting. So if we get into longer rods like your 7.6s, 7.8s, 8-footers, right, you may be able to cast a long ways, but you're gonna lose a little bit of accuracy. And when you're flounder fishing, you really want to make good casts, whether you're fishing shorelines, rocks, whatnot. So 7-foot rod, 6'9", 7-foot, right in there is about perfect. Medium, so we're talking about our power, right? You really want to go with a medium because that allows you to fish lighter jig heads like a 1/8 or a 1/4 ounce. You can't really throw your 16th if you want to go really light. A medium power rod won't really deflect that, but your 1/8 ounce, 1/4 ounce is perfect with a medium power rod. If you go with your medium light, you'll be able to throw your 16th and your 1/8, but you won't be able to really throw a 1/4. So, and the same thing, you get up to your medium heavy, you can throw a 1/4, but you can't throw an 1/8. So with that being said, a medium power allows you to throw the proper size jig heads for fishing for flounder. Also, getting into the action. So you want to stay away from your moderate fast, moderate action rods, because you're going to get a slower load phase on your hook setting. So you want to be in that fast to extra fast range. I really like a fast action rod. I feel like whenever I get that hit, I can feel it. Gives me a real quick hook set. And yeah, so that's pretty much the rod right there. Chubby Rod 7.2 medium fast. All this will be linked down below, so if y'all want to check any of that out, just be sure to check out the description. It'll all be there. The reel that I'm using is a Shimano Bantam. Now I will say, so I said the most important thing is the rod. The least important thing is your reel. Crazy enough, it's probably the most expensive thing. It is the most expensive thing on this whole setup, but all your reel is doing is picking up line and slinging line out. You don't have to go fancy, you don't have to go expensive, you know, but the reel that I'm using is a Shimano Bantam right here. Now also very important is our line. I like 15-pound Cortland Master Braid. It's really thin but very strong line. When we're getting into our line sizes, I feel like 15, 12 pounds is right in that sweet spot. When you get into heavier lines like your 20 and 30 pound, you lose a little bit of action on your lure, right? The heavier your line is, the more drag you have on your lure, which doesn't allow the current to really give that lure a natural action. So just keep that in mind whenever you're picking your line size. The lighter your line, the better action your lure is going to have. But with that, we do want to make sure that we're not getting broke off if we're accidentally hooking into bull reds, things like that. We do have enough power to get a big flounder or a redfish in as well. So 15, 12-pound test is about perfect. So getting into our leader, I like a 4 to 5 foot leader. Typically, whenever I'm slinging my cast out, I like my knot of my leader to be right in here. Allows me, you know, good long leader. That way, if I'm retying this, that, and the other, I can cut it down, shorten it, and have plenty of leader to get me through the day. But 4 to 5 foot of leader, and my leader always matches my line size. So I got 15-pound Yozuri pink fluoro, and that's what we use right there. So now getting on to our jig heads. 90% of the time I'm going to be using a 1/4 ounce jig head. If I happen to find myself in a low tide trying to fish a marsh line, extremely shallow water, 2 foot or less, I can always get away with an 1/8, which is what I got tied on right there. But if I'm in that 2 to 4, maybe even 6 foot range trying to target flounder, I do like to use a 1/4 ounce jig head. And then with that, if you're fishing heavier currents, docks, things like that, you may need to go to a 3/8, but 90% of the time I'm going to be fishing a 1/4 ounce jig head. And then lastly, the lure. You want a lure on there that's going to give you a lot of good action. So this is the Southern Salt Bait Company HOODWINK, and I always like adding a little bit of chartreuse, a little bit of extra flair for my flounder. So you see we got a dark night right there, chartreuse tail, chartreuse head. It's really bright, that way those flounders can get down there and see it as I'm working it past them. But that lure uses a neutral density plastic, which allows a real natural flutter in shallow water with a little bit of current. Get a real nice action on that lure right there. So that is, in my opinion, the best flounder. I'm trying to knock over all this stuff behind me, I promise. I'm sure y'all have heard me just hitting rods and all this, but anyways, yeah, this in my opinion is the best setup for all around flounder fishing. If y'all want to pick up any of this, be sure to check out Sea to Swamp where we're at here today. They have all of this available for y'all in stock right now.